Right, just thought I'd give you a little catch-up video, and I'm just finishing off a commission from a friend. We've got Best Teacher, and the other one is Best Teaching Assistant. I've done all 8 of the fronts. I'm just putting our logo onto the back, and then I will probably seal these with the matte acrylic spray that I've been using. So just wanted to go over a few things. Lightburn is absolutely fantastic. It seems pretty complicated when you start, but once you start getting the basics, it really is an excellent piece of software. I thoroughly recommend that. The good thing with it is that you can just, if whatever you want to know, I wanted to know how to spin the text around. I think, what was I doing? It must have been probably when I was doing the text. Oh, excuse me. For this, I just wanted it around the other way at the top. You just type a simple sentence into Google, and a dozen videos will come up on how to do this sort of thing. So very, very popular software, and very easy to use once you've got the basics. Definitely worth sticking with for a few weeks. Really haven't had a lot of time this week to play with all of this, but we've done a few little bits. So as I say, we're just popping the logo on the back, and you can see I've got the ruler and tape holding the ruler in place, and I can basically align this. The good thing here is, let me just adjust the height. So because it's Slate, every one has a different height, so I'm just using the little gauge to get that absolutely bang on. We've got the file on the computer. It's already been transferred via local area network to the machine, and I can press frame on here. Or I can go to the computer, and there is a frame option where it'll do a box shape if that's what you're doing, or there's a round frame option where it'll actually go around exactly the outline of whatever is being engraved. So if I press frame on the machine now, see the red light, and I can see the frame. It's not going to touch any of these little rubber feet. It's not going to burn those. So I set the height and just do that frame command, and then I know we're good. Focus is set. Shut the lid and simply press start on there. I'll just lift the camera off of here if I can. Show you the inside. It doesn't take very long at all to do this. So if we just pop over to here, we've got the Best Teaching Assistant, untreated so far, the logo on the back, and then we've got Best Teacher. Again, logo. I'll just slide over to here. Now I just grabbed a scrap tile, and this was a very low res image I did the other day, just practicing. But that is plain. We've got clear matte, clear gloss, and today I've just got this pure mineral oil to try. So that is the contrast we had on both sides of this tile. This is untreated this side, but if I spin it over, you can now see the treated side. So obviously the oil darkens things considerably, to the point where that probably isn't acceptable. Now what I haven't had a chance to do yet is treat the slate first and then burn the image. It'd be interesting to see if that makes any difference. I suspect it will. It'll probably just burn the oil off and leave you with the image that you've got on, that you would have without the oil. The good thing I think with the oil is if you scratch the surface with a mug, ceramic mug or something, I think you can just treat this. This is a food safe oil. I noticed with the clear finishes here, if you scratch it you would need to spray it again. Now you can't expect people to have tins of this stuff, but they may well have an oil for slate. Yeah, it's interesting. It's quite a difference there, obviously. So that's about it this week. I'm quite happy with progress so far. I just bring out the touchscreen laptop, rest it on the machine. Some of it I will do through here. I will transfer all the files across, so I've got access to them here. Unfortunately you can't have very long names on here, which is a shame. It shortens them, but you can't have everything. But everything is done mostly through the touchscreen laptop, and I'll probably get the big screen up and running just so you can see certain screens. Just move it across a bit. So yeah, everything is progressing nicely. But something that is interesting is setting up the origin. I like to work roughly near the centre of the machine just for access and visibility. Other people will start on one side or the other or at the front. It doesn't really matter, but that's where I like mine set up. Once you've got that, what I did was get out of this. I just made a note of those coordinates in case I messed up the origin, and then you've got loads of choices through the computer. I've set up a user origin. The job origin I like to start in the middle. I want that laser pointer right bang in the middle of the job as it is there. I find that easier for me to work with. And I've stored the origin on there, and I've also stored the origin in here. So I can, when I'm doing these tiles, I can go straight to that origin. But I've also got a copy of the coordinates in case I ever cock it up completely. I think the machine will store 5 different origins, so I'll have one for these slate tiles, and you've got 4 others left for any other popular things that you do. So yeah, that's where we are. We've got one set of coasters all printed off with a raccoon. That's ready to go on the shop. And yeah, I was very surprised to be able to get a domain name, laser engraving. What was it? Laser engraving services with hyphens between the words. So laser-engraving-services.co.uk. So I'll probably get that up and running at some point, just with a few pieces of stock. But these will mostly be sold on our eBay shop and our giftparlour.co.uk shop. But I might as well have another one for engraving. I've got a dedicated server. It doesn't cost me anything much to get an extra domain. So yeah, let's just shift that out of the way. And yeah, we are now ready to treat these and get them over to our customer or some friends. So yeah, job done. So yeah, we're getting there. Quite happy with that, considering I am completely a non-creative person. I'm quite pleased being able to do something like this. It's thanks to the software and help from YouTube and Red Dragon Laser Forum members. So yeah, I'm pleased.